Hello, and welcome to another episode of Learning with Lopez. In today's episode, we're going to learn how to compare and order whole numbers. Let's jump right in. Step number 1. You're going to write your numbers vertically, meaning up and down. Step number 2. You're going to line up your decimals. Even if your numbers don't have the decimals, we're going to practice how to add the decimals. Step number 3. You want to put a 0 in spaces you have. And step 4, you're always going to start comparing at the greatest place value on the left hand side. Let's look at a few examples. I wrote my numbers vertically. That's my first step. The second step, I'm going to go ahead and add decimals to my whole numbers, and I know that the decimal will go on the right hand side, and that's going to allow me to take the second step, which is to align my decimals. The third step, I'm going to put a 0 in my gaps, and then finally the fourth step, I'm going to start comparing on the left hand side. Since I know that the 0 is less than 3, my less than symbol is going to be pointing at the 3. Let's move on to example number 2. Step number 1. I write my numbers vertically. I go ahead and add the decimals to my whole numbers to fulfill step number 2. That's going to allow me to keep my decimals in a line. And then I'm going to move on to step number 3. But in this case, there is no step number 3 because there are no spaces, so I can just skip it and go to step number 4. In step number 4, I start to compare on the left hand side in the thousands place. But since I have a 4 at the top and at the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and move to the hundreds place. In this case, I can see that the 6 is less than 9, and that means that 4,694 is less than 4,964. Let's move on to the final example. I write my numbers vertically. I'm going to go ahead and add my decimals and make sure that they are aligned. My third step is to put zeros in the gaps. And then finally, I'm going to start to compare in the 10,000s place. In this example, I know that 0 is less than 2, and that means that 2,743 is less than 27,431. I hope you found these steps helpful. Now it's your turn. Thank you for watching this episode of Learning with Lopez. Remember, you can watch this video as many times as you need to feel confident. Thank you.